I don't know if y'all can really hear me, but I got some headphones with a microphone, but I don't know if it's working like that. Cause I tried to check it, it was pretty low. But I'm washing my threads, getting some fresh linen, cleaning up my oral field, and yeah, man, the universe, aka God, had pointed me in my head, my first eye with this right. I'm pretty sure those who know, those who don't, well, it is what it is. So I want to speak about transhumanism and your DNA, and also vaccines. Just take the M off and put the V right, cause I don't need YouTube trying to slow down this broadcast. So remember, all through our lives, especially if you was growing up in the United States, they always required immunization records, and they always required you to get vaccines, right? So I never did like getting shots. Not saying I'm not for taking care of my health and stuff like that, but I know we're not supposed to be getting stuck with needles first and foremost, right? Because you're not supposed to be sticking anything inside you or cutting yourself open. There's multiple different layers and levels of healing, right? So on this app, I wanted to speak about altering DNA and transhumanism, where there is 99% of the entities, 99% of the people you see around you are really not people, but they are morphers, shapeshifters, right? You can just tell by the weird ass behavior they present when someone that's authentic, that's not artificial, and that's in their God body or their goddess body, right? So what I have to present to you guys this rotation is vaccines, right? So the vaccines were to alter your DNA, right? Another thing is also you have the fast food, the junk food, and the processed food. Also, when we speak about chicken, right? I don't care if you're eating it fried, baked, raw, steamed. I don't know how else you could eat that shit, but first and foremost, that animal was created in the lab and it was spliced with reptilian, draconian, lizard DNA. You understand what I'm saying? So the more that you eat these foreign entities, right, that's what alter your DNA more and more. And shout out to Jim Lotus because Jim always remind me like, hey, bro, don't eat the meat, bro. Don't eat the meat, bro. You know, they are friends too. Even though they was made, some of the friends was made in the lab. But yeah, man, especially like the pig, that thing, what it was spliced from the boar is something else. But if you eating bacon, you eating pig, especially you eating chicken, that is altering your DNA, your genetic makeup, right? And then you also have, like I said, all throughout our school, middle school, high school, elementary, they always demanded that you have the immunizations and you had got the vaccines for that year, right? But in the long run, on the back end, what they were really doing were altering your DNA because maybe by the year 2028, the year 2030, um, there will be no original entities. Everything will either be fucking transgenders, transformers, something that's a hybrid, right? I could speak for myself. I'm in my original body. I'm remaining in my God body, right? As bad as I smell, how good the chicken smell and shit like that, I'm not gonna eat that shit. And another reason why I'm really not gonna eat the chicken because I don't know why, but man, it's like I can't lie to y'all, bro. But it's like almost every other rotation, somebody coming out of nowhere trying to give me free chicken. I'm like, bro, ain't nothing for free, right? Nothing is for free. And then I'm like, nigga, you probably poisoned that bitch, probably drugged that bitch. But in the long run, like I said, bro, the chickens were genetically spliced from these beings, right? Just like when you see all these dogs and shit, right? The dogs were made in labs, and some of the dog DNA is spliced from the reptilians, the draconians, the lizard people, right? That's why they always used to say, yeah, dog is man best friend. They never say dog was God's best friend. They always say man, right? So yeah. So yeah, bro. I don't let them stick nothing in me because I don't know what's in that shit, what that shit is made out of, what they put in that shit, and I already know it's to alter your DNA. I remember one time I did, I had to go. They kidnapped me and they brought me to jail, and I had to get a TB shot. You know, and they were like, either you get the TB shot or you gonna be in the turtle suit in isolation. I was like, nah, bro, y'all kidnapped me. I don't need that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, bro, I can't be in no fucking no homo location with my ass out with no turtle suit. I had to bite the bullet, but I ain't never doing that shit again. And I remember I got that TB shot, and I kept on asking them. I kept on studying that vial. Like, man, what's in that shit? I was like, man, they could fucking change the strip of the paper anytime. And I remember when they fucking stuck that shit in my veins, and that shit went all through my body, but my body felt like it was on fire, bro. It felt like it was eradicating, and I know they was trying to change my DNA because my body was telling me like there's something foreign inside us. And my body was like, we're going to try to fight it off as much as possible, but these bitches gave you the super dose. You know what I'm saying? They didn't shoot you up with no TB, bro. And I remember all through the fake the pandemic, they were saying everybody got to go get the Bovis shot and shit like that, right? Now, some of the Bovis shots, some of the vaccines have different DNA of different entities, right? Because it depends on how much of this strand of their foreign DNA is in your body, and that's the strand they're gonna try to continue to build up on and add to, right? So, for example, if you've been getting, uh, let's say, insectoid, the Grays DNA forged within your body, then that's the vaccine they're gonna hit you up with the most. You might just be a mutt, and you might just be putting all the different strands in you, right? And then you just realize like you got all different type of shit growing on you, different things growing and shit. But mostly, from my recognition, whatever DNA from the vaccines they've been injecting you with, that's the one they want to stick with the most because that'll give them the most successful rate. Hold on, y'all. That'll give them the most successful rate of altering your DNA, right? So that's all the fast food, junk food, and the processed food is altering your DNA to their liking. You understand what I'm saying? And another thing is a lot of these entities are sterile, right? So the ones who can reproduce, like myself, they gonna, yeah, go to the sperm bank, yeah, go to the blood bank. You know what I'm saying? Because one drip of blood got over 1 billion cells, and they could do what they want to do and what they need to do with it. You're not in those labs, in those white coats and shit. But I had multiple people that used to work at all these different branches, and they used to always drop a little game on me, like, yeah, bro, I got a second job. This not even my real job. The job you working there, bro, is a front. It's just to keep you busy. The job that I work at is my real job. And we extract blood and we study blood and we change the cells inside the blood. I'm like, whoa, nigga, you really telling me this shit? And he was like, yeah, bro. But I ain't asked him like, you really telling me this shit? But he was telling me. And I just was soaking up as much as he was gonna give me. You feel me? And just my common sense and just paying attention to shit. Also, how I know this shit, right? But yeah, bro, the fast food, the junk food, the processed food. Um, Another reason why they'll give you free seeds to certain places. They'll want you to eat. A lot of these grocery stores. It also is like it also changed your DNA, but it ain't as bad as eating that chicken or eating fast food, junk food, or processed food, right? It's not as worse because your DNA could take what it need and then take out the nasty cells, the evil cells, the bad cells that don't have anything beneficial to your original DNA. And then we have, like I was saying, the vaccines. Remember, whenever we go to school, junior high, elementary, middle school, high school, they always on your ass like, yeah, you can't come in here unless you got the vaccines and shit. And they just wanted to make sure that they was altering your DNA at the same time, right? So there you have it. I didn't want to make this video too long. And hopefully y'all was able to hit me. If not, just cut the volume up because y'all know I'm in this bit. But yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that shit. And make sure you throw something on the cash app, man. It's highly needed, highly required, and highly respected. You know, trying to get myself back situated again. Again. The gigs ain't popping nothing up on me. The gigs ain't popping shit up, but let's just stay in high spirits. Y'all take care. Have a beautiful rotation and oasis.